On the west coast of the United States, we are seeing earthquake after earthquake, and it will not stop trembling. Seems like ever since we had that 8.8 magnitude earthquake hit off the Kamchatka Peninsula in Russia, in the Pacific Ring of Fire, we are seeing non-stop quaking. I'm going to get you caught up on the latest, as we are seeing tons of reports coming out all along the west coast of the United States of non-stop shaking. Let's go ahead and take a look so that way you can see it for yourself. So, first off, updated just 31 minutes ago, there was a 5.8 magnitude earthquake. Several aftershocks have rumbled off the west coast, and yes, we're going to be talking about Oregon and California. A 5.1 magnitude earthquake, the latest in a swarm off of the Oregon coast, and also all the way down. We're going to be taking a look at maps of this as well. Magnitude 3.3 earthquake strikes along the San Andreas Fault in California high desert, and we've heard a lot of warnings about the San Andreas Fault. And take a look at this, also Northern California earthquake measuring a 3.9 jolts area close to Petrolia, California on September 9th today. Now, also in addition to that, a 3.9 magnitude earthquake hits off the coast near Humboldt County. And like I said, this one is actually the same one from the article we just read, but they're going to have a map breakdown of the earthquakes that have been happening off of the west coast today, September 9th, 2025. Now, in addition to that, some major earthquakes hitting around the world, as take a look at this. Magnitude 6.4 earthquake hits near Vanuatu, Fiji, and we had a potential tsunami alert, but we are hearing it has been called off, luckily, as take a look at this. Large earthquake strikes a popular holiday island in Greece. Tsunami.
Look at this, y'all. Look at this. Strikes in Greece. You got tsunami warnings everywhere. Tsunami warnings after multitude 6 earthquake strikes in Greece. Look at all this stuff. Look at all these earthquakes. And some people think that, some people say, you know what? God gotta give me a sign. God, I need to know, I need proof that God is real. What kind of, well, how much proof do you need? He acted everything, every day in your life. Let me see, so. We're gonna go through a Bible scripture. I'm gonna get, let's get Isaiah. We're going to get Isaiah 29:6. Says, Thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts with thunder, and with earthquake, and great noise, with storm and tempest, and the flame of devouring fire. These are some of the signs. These are some of the signs of Christ coming. And before the end of this video, we're going to go over more signs of Christ coming, showing you that they all are here right now in real time, and it's all going to come down to one full, just all of them connecting at the same time, just like Baruch mentioned in the book of Baruch. You can find the book of Baruch in the Apocrypha.
Warnings after a magnitude 6 earthquake strikes off the Crete coast in Greece, but we're hearing that those tsunami warnings have been waved off. That is the latest coming in on that. However, there are earthquakes happening left and right around the world, and as I mentioned, it does appear that ever since we had that 8.8 back in July off of the Kamchatka Peninsula in Russia, we have just been seeing quake after quake. The world just appears to not stop trembling since then. And man, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Are we going to be seeing more earthquakes, this intensifying?
Yes.
I let a lot of people know here on the channel that back in March, scientists said that they believe that this is tied directly to the sun. The solar activity, we are seeing coronal mass ejections that are being emitted towards the earth are causing, they're saying, the tectonic plates to move. And we are now seeing earthquakes, volcano eruptions, what's being described as a parade of volcanoes from the Pacific Ring of Fire. We're seeing tsunami alerts as a result of all the seismic activity. And they're saying there is more on the way with the activity from the sun. Do you think we're going to be seeing more major earthquakes striking before the end of the year? Let me
Remember, y'all, the book of Revelations. The book of Revelations. I'm All right. Let's go to chapter 6, verse 12 says, "And I beheld, when I had opened the sixth seal, and lo, there was a great earthquake, and sun became black as sackcloth of hair, and the moon became as blood." So you also see activity in the sun also that's going to be happening. All right. So you see activity everywhere. You even see activity in the sea. Remember in Revelations it say a third of the sea shall die. And then it says all of the sea, all of the living creatures in the sea shall die. Showing you that there's a period of progression. All right.
You know your thoughts. If so, put yes. If no, put no. But it just seems like it is a regular occurrence for every other day now. There to be a 6.0, 7.0, 8.0, 8.8 magnitude earthquake. The world is trembling. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Now, while you drop yes or no in the comments, don't forget to take a quick second for me and hit that thumbs up like button if you haven't done so yet. I see we've got over 2,200 people live with me in the room. If we could get half of the room to hit the like button as we dive in, it really helps out the live stream, helps spread this out further across the YouTube platform. I would appreciate it. Just takes a second, helps out a ton. Thank you so much. Now, in addition to that, to stay up to date on everything, please hit that subscribe button. It's totally free. I pretty much do daily updates, sometimes.
All right. So when our last scripture we'll go to bring it home, to show you that these earthquakes are on a whole nother level right now, showing you that Christ's return is near upon us. When you go to Matthew 24 in 3rd chapter, it says, and as we talking about Christ, right? It says, "And as he sat upon Mount Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world?" And Jesus, I'm gonna say Jesus, his name is Yeshua, but this world ignorantly call him Jesus. "And Jesus answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled." So right now, what are we doing? We're hearing of wars and rumors of wars. Every time we turn on the news, we're hearing about Russia and Ukraine, or Israel and Hamas, or Israel and Hezbollah, or somebody. All right? And ye shall hear wars and rumors of wars. And this is also showing you that back in the days, Christ knew that right now in these times it was going to be social media. How do we know that? Because back in the days you used to have to travel miles and miles on a camel or something in order to deliver a message. But now, guess what? You don't have to do that. You have social media. So it's way easier to deliver a message on social media, right? "Ye shall hear wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled. For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet." Showing you the end is not yet, right? "For nation shall raise against nation." That's nationality against nationality. Race against race. And kingdom against kingdom, right? "And there shall be famine and pestilences, and earthquakes in diverse places." So right now, even though there's earthquakes in diverse places that we're hearing of, and they're keeping things undercover like the famine and the pestilences, according to the Bible, since there's earthquakes in diverse places, there's also famine and pestilences in diverse places. All right? And then he says, all these things are the beginning of sorrows, right?
Earthquake measured a 5.1 in magnitude was recorded just after 12:30 p.m. on Tuesday, according to the United States Geological Survey, the USGS. This is now the 12th earthquake recorded in the area in just the last 24 hours. It all started after a 5.8 magnitude quake struck just after 9 p.m. on Monday. Since then, the USGS has tracked 11 additional tremors, ranging in magnitudes from 2.7 to the latest 5.1 magnitude quake. Now, all 12 earthquakes have occurred in an area approximately 100 miles offshore at relatively shallow depths. There have been no reports of damage or injuries related to the seismic activity. The USGS has recorded 4 reports from residents saying they felt the shaking. Reports can be submitted online. According to the USGS, earthquakes ranging in magnitude from a 2.5 to a 3.0 are generally the smallest ones felt by humans. Damage is more likely from earthquakes of a magnitude 4.0 or greater. So, earthquake after earthquake hitting Oregon, California, the West Coast today, September the 9th. Now, also take a look.
So, earthquakes are in diverse places. The end is upon us. Christ is on his way back, literally across the street. Family, we gotta get it right. We have to destroy and kill his flesh. This is a spiritual battle. For we wrestle not with flesh and blood. It's time to step our game up. With that, I'm IsraeliteCharity. Keep faith, hope, and love. Because above everything, Christ is charity. Shalom.